everyone, because I figured you back on how to play. Today, looking at how to play the game Twisted Pokeno from Bicycle Games and USPCC. This actually is printed in China, but it's from the old Cincinnati USPCC from 1999. It's for 2 to 6 players, ages 7 and up. Takes about 10 minutes or more to play, depending on the player counts. You get in it a fairly standard deck of cards. By standard, I mean it's a poker deck. Some of the cards have special power written on them because they have special abilities. You get a reference card for the special abilities, double-sided. You get one card that has the rules to the original Pokeno, in case you want to play that. But then the actual rules for Twisted Pokeno. And some chips, if we can call them that. These are thin cardboard. It's just like, the thickness of a cardboard in a box of chocolates, or like a box of pot of gold or something like that. Maybe even thinner than that, more like a cereal box, but it's pretty thin. But this really looks like what they did is that somebody had too much time with a hole punch and they just punched a bunch of holes on cardboard. That's all it is. There's nothing exciting. It's funny. Cheapest accessories I've ever seen for a game of a board game in general. In the deck, you also get a joker and a wild card, which are going to be used. So we'll mix them in there. And you get 6 of these boards. Each player is going to get one. So I'll say, this is me, this is my opponent. And again, you can play up to 6. They're all different. And basically, what you're going to be doing is drawing cards and putting chips on that card if you have it on your board. And you can decide how you want to play the game. But basically, you're trying to either get a line of 5 horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. You can do one in each corner and one in the middle. You can do an X like this, 5 like this, and the other 5. Or you can do each corner in the middle. You can do 5 across, 5 vertically, or 5 diagonally. Or you can do where you fill out the entire board. You choose beforehand which one you want to do, which one you want to do for the game. All the players in the game will decide. Let's just do this one, be nice and quick. So we'll just do the straight line. So you can do straight line, 4 corners in the center, be letter X, or you cover everything. So generally you sit in a circle within close range of the deck, which is going to be referred to as the draw pile. It's pretty simple. Shuffle up the cards. And let's say I start. I will draw a card from the top of the deck. And I would say 8 of hearts. Everyone who has an 8 of hearts is going to cover that on their board. So I have that. They do not. So then they're going to go. And they get a 9 of clubs. We'll just leave that on that specific side so that I can keep track of whose turn it is. Nobody has a 9 of clubs. So then I go 8 of diamonds. Okay. I have an 8 of diamonds. Boop. Set that on there. They do not. They're not doing very well so far. And no, I did not set this up. So then we flip over another card. The 3 of clubs. They finally get one. And they get 2 chips. These little chips. Do I have a 3 of clubs? I do not. So I go 6 of diamonds. And let's say we're doing a straight line. However it is, nobody has 6 of diamonds. Flip over cards, ace of clubs, which they do have. Well, look at that, they got 3 aces right next to each other. I only have 1, the ace of spades. I flip over cards, 4 of diamonds. I have that. They do not. And then they flip 6 of hearts. Nobody has 6 of hearts. So I will flip the 9 of hearts. So you flip a card, reveal it, sew it. I do have a 9 of hearts. Oh, crap. Lost the chip. These, you're going to lose them easily as well because they're so tiny. So you just keep going back and forth like this. I want to talk about some of the special cards. So let me get that one up there. Let me get that one. Let me get that one. Let me get that one. So let's say I flip a card. Or whose turn is it? I got 5. They've got 4. So they flip a card. It's the Ace of Spades. With a special power. The Ace of Spades power is whoever drew that card gets to exchange their board with any player. But they did not have to exchange if they don't want to. So, you know, maybe to say they want to exchange with me. So, there's an exchange that's made. And we would both mark the Ace of Spades, of course. Then I flip a card. It's a wild card. What does the wild card do? You can, with the wild card, request the last card that was drawn to be shuffled back into the deck. So I could say, hey, let's take that Ace of Spades and mix it back into the deck. It really does not benefit either one of us to do that right now. Or I can exchange my board with a player of my choice. So you know what? Give me my board back. Yes, there's going to be some shuffling around the boards. So that's what the wild card does. My opponent goes, he draws a Queen of Hearts. And this one lets everyone cover the Queen of Hearts with a chip if they have it. And then that person who drew the Queen of Hearts, they accidentally put the Queen of Diamonds. But whoever drew that card gets to draw again. So let's see who has the Queen of Hearts. He does. And I do. Oops. And then they get to draw another card. So let's say they draw this one. And only they get to mark that one if they have it, which they don't. This is where perhaps having that card, what was it, the Ace of Spades, to, yeah, extend, no, Ace of Spades is not the one. The wild card. Request the last card to be shuffled back to the deck, so if 7 clubs comes out and I wasn't able to take it, and the wild card comes out, I can put that one back in the deck so that hopefully it comes out again later. So then I draw a card. It's a deuce. The deuces lets you take the last card that was drawn and shuffle it back into the deck. And if you have it, you remove your chip. That was a set of clubs. I really don't care. Moving on, we have the Joker. The Joker forces you to exchange your board with the person on your left. Or in a 2-player game, we just swap them back and forth. We continue. We have the Jack of Spades. The Jack of Spades and the Jack of Hearts, the one-eyed jacks. When that card is drawn, you can call any card you want, and only you cover it with a chip. And then this is going to go next to the draw file separately, and no one will cover the card. Once the Queen of Diamonds is drawn, that will go back into play. Now, it doesn't specify so nobody will cover up the Jack, the one-eyed Jack. So if he has a Jack of Spades, he cannot cover it up. And I also can't cover it up, but he gets to name something else to cover up. So I guess theoretically he could name the Jack of Spades, but maybe he says Queen of Spades. And only he gets to mark that. Only the person who got the Jack gets to mark that. And again, that's the one-eyed Jacks, the Jack of Spades, and the Jack of Hearts. So that's my turn. I get a King. The Kings have a different ability. They let you reverse the rotation of play. Doesn't affect a two-player game, but that's what it does. So if you have 4 players and you're going clockwise, the king comes out, we reverse the direction. And let's see what else we got. Jack of hearts, that's the same as the jack of spades. So we'll just say he says, jack of spades this time. And I draw a card. Oh, did anyone mark the king of clubs? I have that, and he does not. Then it's my turn. I get a queen of diamonds. The queen of diamonds has the ability that it puts any one-eyed jack back into play. So I can take this jack, only one, and put it back into the deck and shuffle it up. And of course I would mark the queen of diamonds if I have it, which I don't. Again, you keep playing and drawing cards. 5 clubs. You know, you keep going until one person has, based on your rule, whatever you're doing. So in this version I'm playing, it's you get 5 across, 5 horizontally, 5 vertically, or 5 diagonally, and you win the game. Once you've done that, you yell out "Twisted Pokeno," because that just rolls off the tongue, not like Uno. Twisted Pokeno, and you win the game or the round. Again, you can do where you do an X, or you do the 4 corners in the middle, or you do the whole board. Additionally, of course, if you want to play with original Pokeno rules, which is similar except without the special abilities, you can actually do or score points for poker hands if you want to do that. But I won't get into that explanation this time. So that is a game in a nutshell. It's decent quality cards. The chips, horrible, tiny, and they get kind of stuck to the board, which I guess is fine. Not stuck, but they're almost magnetic to the board. It almost feels like the boards are pretty thin, pretty small. If you're hard of vision, you're probably not going to want to play this game, but it's fine for what it is. I don't hate it. You could just get the original Pokeno. And, I mean, if you want, if you have the original Pokeno, which I do, as I lose a chip, you could just use the chips from that, or some other kind of chips, if you really want. So anyways, that's Twisted Pokeno from Bicycle. Comment, like, subscribe, what you think. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.